Avery, before we dive into anything deep, I want to throw a tiny game your way, actually, for everyone listening too.
You know I can never resist a quick game. What's up?
All right, imagine it's 2026, and on a scale from 1 to 10, how is your life going right now? And here's my trap, you're not allowed to pick 7.
Oh, you always ban 7. Why is that?
Because 7 is the comfort zone answer. It's like saying, it's fine, don't ask me for details. I want us and our listeners to get real for a second. So, everyone, pick your number. 1, 10, no 7.
All right, I'll play along. But I already know this is a setup. Fine, I'll say 5.5.
Whoa, going with a decimal. Why 5.5?
Because there are parts I'm happy with, but honestly, I'm still playing it safe in a lot of areas. I'm not miserable, but I don't feel like I'm really living my full story yet.
That's actually really honest, and I feel you. Right now, I'd say I'm a 6. My days are okay, but if nothing changes, I know I'll feel disappointed when December rolls around.
I bet a lot of our listeners have a number in mind now, too. And it's wild how when you can't say 7, you suddenly have to decide if you're really happy or just managing.
That actually brings us to the real reason we started this episode. It's not about judging your number, but asking if nothing changes, are you okay with that number in December?
Oof, that's a tough question. And honestly, for a lot of people, the answer is no. But their habits, the little things they do every day, are quietly saying yes.
Totally. We're in the thick of 2026. The story isn't finished, but real life is already happening. And the risk is, if you don't notice it, you might just drift into a life you never really chose.
Exactly. Drifting is sneaky. One skipped habit, one delayed conversation, and next thing you know, you're living a year you never planned. Funny, I think most of us aren't failing because life is too tough, but because it's just comfortable enough. You get used to okay and stop reaching for more.
Right. That word complacent captures it perfectly. You're not suffering, but you're not really alive either. It's like living on low battery.
Complacent means you get too comfortable, so you forget to grow. And you never actually choose that life. You just drift into it, one easy decision at a time.
Yeah, next thing you know, it's 2026 and you're still living like it's 2023. If anyone listening feels like they drifted into a smaller version of their life, you're not alone, but you don't have to stay there. So, if you don't want to drift or stay complacent, where do you start? The not-so-fun truth. You're going to fail sometimes.
Wow, thanks for the optimism, Anna. But you're right. If you expect to fail sometimes, you stop being so shocked when it actually happens.
Exactly. The problem isn't failing. The real problem is the story we tell ourselves about it. Maybe you promised to study English every day, but then you fell short of that plan and it feels devastating.
Devastate is a strong word. It's when something hits you hard emotionally. But if you can plan how you'll respond, failure becomes part of the process, not the end of your story.
Let's talk about the next step. Because having big dreams is great, but dreams without structure are just clouds. Beautiful, but they don't move anything.
Exactly. You can imagine the new you every night, but if you don't set tiny, doable goals, you wake up as the old you every morning. Consistency is where the magic happens.
And to make that real, you have to anticipate your weak moments, like if you're tired after work, plan your English practice for the morning or keep it really short at night.
Or if Sundays hit you hard, maybe do something simple, a walk, a chat with a friend, a little journaling so you don't just scroll and end up feeling worse. Quiet, small goals win the marathon. Here's the sneaky part though. When you're repeating small actions, it can feel like nothing's changing. That's when fear and comparison obscure your progress like clouds hiding the sun.
Exactly. Maybe your English is miles better than last year, but if you only look up at people ahead of you, you miss your own growth. Sometimes you need to look back instead of just forward.
Looking at old journal entries, messages, or voice notes can show you how far you've come. Often, your bad now is better than your good from 3 years ago.
And if you're feeling totally lost, not just a little behind, let's talk about what to do when you hit rock bottom. Sometimes life doesn't just get a little hard, you hit rock bottom. That's the heaviest place. It can be money, health, love, or just feeling like nothing makes sense.
And when you're at rock bottom, you don't need anyone to tell you just be positive. That can make it worse. You need a real plan to claw your way back, even if it's slow and messy.
Clawing your way back is exactly what it sounds like, pulling yourself up, one tiny action at a time. Like sending a hard email, going to the doctor, or just cleaning up your room when your mind feels like chaos.
What's wild is, at rock bottom, you also find out who really cares. Not the people who only comment on your perfect days, but the ones who answer your 2 a.m. messages. Those are gold. There's something else that helps when you're rebuilding from zero purpose. Living for something bigger than your own comfort totally changes how pain feels.
Totally. Maybe your bigger reason is family, your students, your childhood self, or even strangers online who feel less alone after reading your words. It gives you energy when motivation runs out.
If your comeback is only about your own success, you'll get tired fast. But knowing if I grow, I can help someone else makes you so much stronger on hard days.
And that actually connects to all the ideas people have in their heads, the ones still waiting for their turn. Let's talk about those.
So many dreams stay stuck in the waiting room inside our minds. It's a bit sad. Honestly, most people's best ideas never see the light of day.
Yeah, that's the pattern: big idea, big excitement, and then no action. Or waiting for the perfect time, which usually means never.
Breaking out of that pattern doesn't have to be dramatic. It could be sending just 2 job applications, joining one conversation group, or writing a single page of that book in your head.
And when you finally do something small but real, you're already writing your comeback. It's not about a movie moment, it's that quiet decision to do one thing differently. And here's the truth: even when you change, you'll still trip up sometimes. The trick is to fall forward, not back into your old story.
Exactly. Falling forward means you mess up, but you land closer to your goal. You learn, adjust, and next time, you do a bit better.
Like if you start speaking more English at work and embarrass yourself, you can fall back into silence, or you can fall forward, figure out what went wrong, and try again.
If you keep falling forward, over time you actually rise from the ashes just like that legendary phoenix, rebuilding from what felt burned out. So maybe after this episode you sit with a notebook and ask yourself 3 things. Where did I drift into a life I don't want? When did I hit rock bottom? And what's one small way I can fall forward this week?
And if you want to share one answer in the comments, we'd love to read it. You might help someone you've never even met.
Take a breath. Your story isn't finished. Even if you feel stuck or burned out, there's still so much life left in you.
And in a moment, we'll jump into our Calm Word Tour explaining 10 powerful words and phrases from today so you can really use them in your own story. Let's get started. First word, complacent. Being complacent means you're so comfortable, you stop growing.
Like, after a few small wins, he became complacent and stopped trying to improve. Or, I don't want to get complacent. I still want to level up.
Next, anticipate. To anticipate is to expect something before it happens and prepare for it. Like, if you anticipate being tired in the evening, you plan your English practice in the morning.
Devastate is up next. If something devastates you, it hurts you deeply. Much more than just making you sad. For example, losing a job can devastate someone emotionally.
Then there's obscure. As a verb, it means to hide or make something hard to see. For example, fear can obscure your progress. You stop seeing how far you've come.
And don't forget, hit rock bottom, reaching your lowest point. Or break out of a pattern, escaping a habit you repeat over and over.
We also covered rise from the ashes, becoming strong again after a setback. Drift into something, slowly sliding into a situation without really choosing. Fall short of when you don't quite reach your goal. And finally, claw your way back, returning to a better place through hard, steady effort.
You can replay this part and shadow us until these words feel natural. Even using just a few can totally change the way you talk about your comeback. Take a deep breath. You are learning, you are growing, and your comeback story is still unfolding.
And even one brave little action this week is already a part of that story. If you want, share it below. We'd love to celebrate with you.
And if this episode helped even a little, you can like, subscribe, or share it with someone who needs a 2026 comeback too.
This is Jake and Anna, and you've been listening to the English Leap podcast. Your journey doesn't stop here. Check out our next video to keep growing your English and your life.